Bring your tea or your water, your drink, or just your some focus for focusing on the positive today. It's terrific Thursday, and we're doing some mood boosting as always, which we do on Thursdays, 1:30 p.m. Eastern each week here. And I'm Lynn Girardi, um, a positive mindset and law of attraction uh, coach. So today I will do the card picks, the positive card picks, and positive affirmation card picks. We'll do it from, once again, from Rethink Mindful Life. I know it reads backwards. Sorry about that. Rethink and also Happier Me, Happier Me. And we'll choose between numbers one, two, and three. Or we'll choose one, two, and three cards from each, see which number resonates with you today. And maybe there's a positive message that will feel like it resonates with you that you might want to consider. If it doesn't resonate with you, just ignore it. Okay, so I usually start with some kind of a little bit of a story or a reflection from my week, but also I like to for us to consider our wins. Anything that was a win to you or a blessing that felt like a win or a blessing for you this week, please share it below if you wish, if you're comfortable doing so. Because so many times we're focused so much on what doesn't seem to work, the quote unquote problems, challenges. And hi, Nelson. Good afternoon. Yes, thank you for being here. So we focus on wins and what may be a blessing today or a win today or recently, despite life's challenges, which we all have. But if we can go through each day noticing the good despite the challenges, then we're able to think more positively. We get more in the positive flow of God's blessings to allow them in because then our vibration from our thoughts is at a higher energy level, and that matches the vibration of God's blessings better. And with the help of the law of attraction, we're able to be a match to matching energy out attracts matching energy to come in for positive, happy, healthy manifestations. It does not mean that our challenges are all quote unquote bad, because sometimes um, it seems sometimes we're allowed to have the challenge or the contrast, as Abraham Hicks would call it, to help clarify what our real goals and wishes and desires are. Because when you know what you don't want, you really know what you do want, and then you start to better align yourself, your actions, and your thoughts within the direction of what you do want. So sometimes we just have contrast to clarify. Wait a minute, what is it that you really want? Here's this situation. Is this what you want? Is part of or parts of it what you want, but you really don't like this? Then it helps you. Oh yeah, that's right. I really wanted blank. I really should line up with that more and take little steps toward that part of the goal because I really don't like the other stuff. It helps us to clarify. Um, so I just want to mention first before we do the numbers. Uh, I happened this card happened to sort of pop off the deck today, and I was thinking, gee, maybe this is a card for me and for anyone else that resonates with it. So I'm going to start with reading this. Hello, Oluwato. Hello. So this card that just popped off the deck today um, says new beginnings, new beginnings, and has someone planting, I'm sorry, watering a plant that has a light bulb at the top, like a new idea, and it's growing large. So this one says, I welcome new beginnings into my life with unshakable trust. I would also call that faith that God will help you with it. Thank you so much. I welcome new beginnings into my life with unshakable trust, accepting the unknown. I have faith that the universe has a meaningful path in store for me. I eagerly move forward, ready to write the next inspiring part of my story. Okay, so about new beginnings and trusting, have have unshakable trust that God has a meaningful path in store for you with the new beginning, and try to move toward it with some enthusiasm and trust, some faith that you're with God's help you'll write the next inspiring part of your story. Um, you know, and the next part of your story that is beneficial to you. So just because something is new, it doesn't have to be all scary. We're human. We're soul in a human body. So we're part human. We have that natural like fear and anxiety, worry. But the soul knows that it's always connected to God, and that God will make can make great things of your new situation if we just have a little bit of faith and less doubt and less fear. So then we could get the positive inspiration from God about how to work with this new chapter in the best way possible that's most beneficial for you, for igniting more of your positive passions in life, and for sharing your talents and your warmth and your passions with other people, your ideas with other people. So don't be afraid of new beginnings. Okay. Thank you. Thank you below for your comments. All right. Well, anyway, first I was going to say before we do the numbers, yesterday, so Mother's Day is coming up here this weekend in the United States. And a lot of times, many of us, if your mother had passed away, um we kind of think, oh no, it's Mother's Day, and I don't do anything on Mother's Day, or it's like it doesn't count for me. But I was really thinking, I mean, my mother passed away 13 years ago, so, and of course I miss her immensely. I love and miss her every day. But I like the idea of what Abraham Hicks said, like when someone passes away, from your life, who you love dearly, don't look for them where they were, because that's where the empty feeling and the loss is. Look for them where they are now, like meaning connect with them where they are now. In your thoughts, in your your love. Connect with them where they are now. So if you believe, like I do, that your loved one, your deceased mother or mother figure, or any friend or relative that's on the other side, if you believe that they still exist, which I do, energy can't be created nor destroyed, as they say. If you believe that they exist, still living, but in another level, just like the Wi-Fi energy is around us, but we can't see it, and the radio waves, but you could turn on your radio and you hear the music, but you don't see the music waves in your house. Their energy, that soul's energy, is still exists, just like the Wi-Fi, just like the radio energy. It still exists. We don't see it, but often it's said that the animals do. Pets, dogs, cats. A lot of people who are intuitive, or can see energy. They can see auras around us. They can see sometimes, intuitives, they say, or mediums, etc. You don't have to believe in that stuff, but this is actually not really about that, except this experience I had yesterday. So let me just back up. So Mother's Day, I feel like, you know what, we all have mothers. Even if they're not around, they're still around us on another level, and they're probably they can be with us more now, because now they have that more powerful energy. They are of that God energy, that soul energy that can be many places, different times, or whatever they say. So, you could talk to them anyway. Send your prayers, but talk to them. They say that supposedly they're still interested in our lives down here, because we're still like evolving and taking life on Earth, moving it forward, and our deceased loved ones are interested in what's going on and how things are progressing down here, even though they've got their own lives on the other side. Again, this is what I've read, I've heard. I've studied. It makes sense to me though. Um, so here's the story. So anyway, so Mother's Day can still be something you celebrate because that person's not totally gone. You know, they are just in another form, but still interested in you and still sending you love, as I believe God does. Okay, yesterday I actually had an interview, and I went to Staten Island for the interview. That happens to be where, not that far from where the cemetery is, where my mother is. So after the interview, I went to that cemetery, and of course it's sad, and you see the stone as a reminder and all of that, but it's also kind of a peaceful place by a lake or whatever. It is a peaceful environment. So I felt okay there. It was nice to reconnect in that way, even though, like they say, well, some of the intuitives say, those souls are not there. Like they're on the other side in heaven or whatever you want to call it. They're not hanging out at the cemetery. But what some of these mediums or intuitives have said is, when you go there, they go there with you. So whatever you believe, but I still kind of feel like, she was probably seeing that I was there. Okay. So this is the punchline of the story. When I left to get a car service. I was outside of the gate of the cemetery once I left, and there was really nobody around. It was a drizzly day, and but one man was walking by with a white poodle. He was walking his dog, this white poodle, kind of a medium-sized poodle. And as he passed by me with the dog, I was standing here with my umbrella waiting for the car service. And as he's passing by me with the white poodle, the poodle is looking back at me like fascinated and stunned, and he's holding back as the guy's trying to pull him back, and he's coming toward me, and and sometimes you could say, okay, well, they just, maybe they pick up good energy or whatever. But this poodle was looking at me, like looking up, kind of like fascinated, and he was digging in. He didn't want to be continue on his walk. He was looking at me, and then when the car came, I was crossing the street, and the poodle's still watching me. And so I looked up online. I started thinking, wow, I wonder if that dog, because they have heightened senses, very sensitive to energy, I wonder if that dog maybe saw that maybe my mother's soul was around me, because I went to visit, or maybe somehow, because they say sometimes the souls can use animals or other coincidences, synchronicities, to give us like little coincidences. They could use the little birds or dogs or whatever to give us sort of a message that, hey, you know, I'm with you. And so then I looked it up online. On Google. I said, what do animal communicators and intuitives say about a pet, if they see a dog when they come out of a cemetery, and the dog is like stops and looks like they're fascinated by the person who just came out of the cemetery. And it does say, I don't want to move my screen, but I took a picture of what it said, and it said animal communicators and intuitives online tend to say, and they gave like four examples, but the one that really stood out was that if an animal looks fascinated by you, especially if you're coming out of a cemetery, that often there's like a deceased loved one that is around you, or some other familiar soul energy, that the dog may know, or that they're being used to send you a sign that your loved one is with you. So I loved seeing that, because that was the impression I got. Now who knows, I can't tell you for sure. um but even if you see cats, sometimes I had a cat, sometimes a cat you'll be over there, and the cat is looking at you, but then the cat's going like this, like looking around you or above you. And sometimes people say, "Oh, it's probably just dust." Uh, but they say that cats, even more so than dogs, see energy and are really actually very spiritual and spiritually like in tune. um and they may be seeing souls like the wi-fi and the radio waves that are around us, but we don't see it. So take those signs as loving signs from your loved ones, and hopefully we could all celebrate Mother's Day, Father's Day, knowing that whether our loved ones are on this side or the other side, we still have those beings in our lives in some form. It's not like if you're born, you had a mother and a father. Some people who have had really terrible relationships with those parents, I can't really speak to that too much. Thank God, mine were have been, you know, overall very loving. But on that side, even the people who were not loving to you, their soul is. And on that side, they're more loving, they're more the loving parents that you would have wanted them to be, and they're still connected to you. um but of course, God is the loving energy and the most important overall. But we're all connected in as part of his family. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that. That was so cute. I love dogs, and that little white poodle was so interested. And even when I went into the car service and was starting to leave the car, the windows were dark, and I could still see the dog was like looking, like to try to see what was going on with me. I did have an umbrella. At first, I thought it was the umbrella, like catching his attention, but I don't know. He seemed so persistent to try to get a look at whatever was around me. Okay, thank you for listening to that. I hope that helps in some way. Nelson, this past Sunday, May 3rd, was my late mother's birthday. Oh, and I visited her mausoleum at Woodland Cemetery in the Bronx. Cemetery is practically, I mean, it was peaceful. Yeah, it's very nice, Nelson. Um, oh, happy birthday to your dear mother and heavenly birthday. Yeah, it is. They're very peaceful areas. It's not all depressing, it's how you're looking at the thing, how you're viewing the situation. And as I say, death is part of life. And really, from what I hear, when I watch these near death experience videos, um people who died and come back to life after some illness or whatever, they all say it's so phenomenally loving and peaceful and much better there than here. And many of them don't even want to come back here, even if they're mothers with kids, because it's so much better on that side. But while we're here, we want to stay alive, and we're still here for a reason. So you're still having a positive effect on people, whether you feel that you're you know doing anything with your life or not. Your presence is still important, and you're still worthy. You still make a difference. Excuse me, that you still make a difference. Okay, let's get to the cards. So 1, 2, 3, we'll do here for rethink, my mindful life, one here, two, and I'm gonna do the underneath cards. 1, 2, 3. Let me put this down. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Number one says, beautiful soul. Interesting. Beautiful soul. It has someone meditating there. It says, within me resides a radiant and captivating soul that is deserving of profound love and unwavering respect. I deeply cherish and uphold my core values and beliefs, fearlessly advocating for righteousness. Yeah, I don't know about fearless. Okay, well, you want to stay, you want to be authentic and kind of stand up for your beliefs, hopefully in a loving way. I stand tall, embracing an unwavering sense of pride for the person I am and the remarkable achievements I have attained. Okay, once again, beautiful souls, within me resides a radiant and captivating soul. We're all spiritual beings having a human experience, as Dr. Wayne Dyer used to say. I'm deeply deserving of profound love and respect. I deeply cherish and uphold my core values and beliefs, advocating for righteousness. I stand tall, embracing an unwavering sense of pride for the person I am and the achievements I have attained. And also, I would say, and acknowledging that every person is a beautiful soul as well, even if they're, you know, uh, even if they rub you the wrong way, and but they're souls. We're all souls learning. We're on a path, and we're everybody's doing the best that they can, whether they realize it or not. Because like they say, if they could do better, they would do better, but that they're not there on their path yet, it seems, with their human tendencies. So, but everybody's a soul, a part of God. Okay, number two. Oh, and I was talking about wins before, and I have to say a win was um getting to that cemetery visit that just happened to be convenient. Also, the win before that was having the opportunity for an interview for part-time work, and also seeing that poodle, who was fascinated with me in that moment after the cemetery, and feeling like I got a message from my mom on the other side, especially around Mother's Day. So that was a win. Okay, brave heart. Number two, it has a picture of a heart. Brave heart. I have the courage and bravery to face my fears and take risks. I trust in my abilities and know that I can handle any challenge that comes my way. I am strong and capable. Okay, brave heart. So I'm going to say it in this way: you have the courage and bravery to face your fears. Same with me, to face my fears and to take risks. You can trust in your abilities and know that you can handle any challenge that comes your way. You are strong and capable. And I would say, as a child of God, or in Jesus' name, or whatever you believe, you have that heavenly divine connection as a child of God's. And with God, all good things are possible, and you can get through anything. Okay. We're also going to do a couple custom numbers. Actually, if anybody has only if you're here live, you can choose a number and put it below between 1 and 31, as in 31 days for the longest month. And I'll do a custom card for you. But meanwhile, here's number three. Okay, number three says, I'll do the custom card from the Happier Me deck, actually, instead of the 1, 2, 3, because we're running out of time. Okay, thanks, Nelson. Number 14. Okay, this one says connections to last. Connections to last, and has five hands holding a heart. Connections to last. I purposefully nurture deep and genuine bonds with others, fostering connections rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. I fearlessly unveil my authentic self while wholeheartedly embracing the individuality of those around me. I am enveloped by a nurturing environment of love and unwavering support. Okay, so again, connections to last. I purposefully nurture deep and genuine bonds with others. We want to stay connected. uh, um, we want to foster uh, good bonds and connection with positive people in our lives, because they really do help us on our journey. And also, they say that people who live long, healthy lives stay social, stay active, and but they keep socializing. But you also become more like the people who you hang around. So you want to hang around people who ideally are, you know, positive, encouraging people, and spiritually connected, spiritually minded, I would say too. But your bonds with others should be connections rooted in authenticity and mutual respect. I fearlessly unveil my authentic self. We want to try to be as authentic as possible, while wholeheartedly embracing the individuality of those around me, while respecting that I may be like this, they're like this, and having mutual respect that people could be different, but you can still love and accept them as they are. I am enveloped by a nurturing environment of love and unwavering support. Um, so your social circle with love and unwavering support can help you through life. So besides having the main support of God's support, angels, saints, deceased loved ones, whatever you believe on the other side, Jesus, whoever you believe, um, then there's like your circle on earth, and the love and support of positive people on earth helps us through this life. Okay, very good. That was from the Rethink Mindful Life deck. Okay, so now we will do let's see, I'll do number 14, and if anybody else has a number, we'll do I'm not going to do 1, 2, and 3 from this deck, Happy or Me, well, because I'm running out of time. We'll do 14, uh for, and if it resonates with you, even though you did not choose the number, um that means that message is for you too. Or just consider it as a positive thought for you maybe to consider today. Let's see, since no one else is putting a number between 131 live here, Nelson, you want to put another number? I don't know if you want 3 for your, I'm gonna say 3 because you mentioned 3. You said 14. You want to choose one more number, and we'll do those, and maybe people will resonate with those, and maybe one of those will be a message for them too. Okay, so I'm gonna do 3, 1, 2, 3. And let's see, 4, 5. Okay, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. Okay, going 3, 9, and 14, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. All right, let's see if these resonate with anybody, even though Nelson and I chose the numbers. Okay, this was number 3 first. It says, for more empower, oh, wait a minute. I deserve all the good that comes my way. Two lucky fish there, I think. I deserve all the good that comes my way. And it says, for more empowerment, add this affirmation. I now release all negative beliefs about myself. You might want to consider that. I'm not saying that's going to happen immediately, but it's a nice combination of affirmations to consider when you're in a good mood where you're open to thinking, yes, I kind of agree with it. If you're not in a good mood and you read a positive affirmation, like Abraham Hicks says, don't even read it then, because it's not going to be something you believe, so it won't work. So, but when you're in a good state, you could consider something like this. I deserve all the good that comes my way, because many people, a lot of us, I feel this sometimes, we don't feel worthy. We don't feel worthy enough. But you are worthy as a child of God's just by being you. Yes, Nelson, very good. You do deserve it. I deserve all the good that comes my way. And then for more empowerment, add this information. And I now release all negative beliefs about myself. That maybe that you're unworthy, or that good things can't work out, or when this happens, always then this negative thing. No, I now release all negative beliefs, any limiting beliefs you have about yourself or about life, I would say. And then I would add always, and with God, all I like to add in good things are possible. Okay, this is number 9. I am doing my best, and that is enough. I am doing my best, and that is enough. And it says, we can grow only by accepting our current limitations. Time will bring new skills, but also new limitations. And each time we will do our best with what we have. Okay, so I'm doing my best, and that's enough. We can grow only by accepting our current limitations. The only way we grow is, right, something, in order to grow, it means you have certain abilities, but there's something new, and you have to work with that new thing to accomplish this new thing, and, and to grow into, oh, now I know how to do this new thing. So we can only grow by accepting our current limitations. This is how much I've grown so far. I'm limited up to this much. Now I want to be able to do that too. So it's okay that I don't know how to do that yet, because that's part of the growing process, and nobody knows how to do everything. So practice, experience, time will bring new skills. But and then also there's new limitations, because as new things come up, we keep having to grow and learn new things. uh Time will bring new skills, you'll have new abilities, but then there's new limitations. Life always brings new contrasts, little challenges, because as Les Brown said, the motivational speaker, as I've said before, he said, "You thought you were going to come to this earth and life was going to be one good time after another and no problems at all." And then he said, "Well, it ain't that kind of party." We're here to learn, to grow, to evolve. And the contrast, what humans call problems, the contrast is here to help us to grow and become even more of a strong soul, that powerful soul that we are, I believe. Um, so even though there'll always be new limitations, each time we will do our best with what we have. That's all we could do. Do your best with what you have. Do your best with what you have. I have to say that to myself too, because we think, oh, I don't know how to do this, or I can't do that, or well, try. Once you do a little bit, and often we build things up in our minds thinking, oh, I can't do this, or this is not going to work. No, just show up, and God will show you the rest of the way. Okay, last one. I forgive those who have harmed me. It's the hands with the heart. I forgive those who have harmed me in my past and peacefully detach from them. I forgive those who have harmed me in my past and peacefully detach from them. You don't have to, I mean, you detach from them, I guess, energetically, or like detach the grudge and the resentment, I would say. If you have to not be in their lives, that's okay. You don't necessarily have to just like throw anybody out. That's my understanding. But you don't have to have them in your life, but do so in a kind of a caring, um, way, I believe. So I forgive those who have harmed me in my past and peacefully detach from them. And it says forgiveness plays an essential role in your happiness. Forgiveness replaces the sorrow in your heart with love and peace. Forgiveness plays an essential role in your happiness. Forgiveness replaces the sorrow in your heart with love and peace. And a lot of times you have to forgive yourself. I'm adding in here because any resentments keep us in this low negative energy and anger, and it's not healthy for the body. You get symptoms from that, from keeping this aggravated energy, and and it's not healthy for our relationships with other people. And it's not, you're in that low vibration of resentment, anger. You have to feel all your feelings, but eventually move up the emotional scale to feeling better and better, so that you attract better and better. Because if we're feeling resentful and non-forgiving and aggravated and mad, that kind of energy, law of attraction, you attract similar energy to what you're feeling with your thoughts and feelings. So you don't want to bring more of that angry energy to you. You want to bring in caring, loving, peaceful wellness energy. Okay, that's that. um This one was facing up. I'm just going to read this and we'll end it there. Clarity, clarity. And there's a notebook paper with a target and a bullet. What do you call it? The mark right in the target mark right in the middle. And it says clarity. I possess unwavering clarity regarding my goals and vision. I want to say thank you. I think I needed this one, and maybe someone else out there does too. I possess unwavering clarity regarding my goals and vision, knowing precisely what I strive to accomplish. With unwavering focus and unwavering focus and intention, I direct my actions towards success, channeling my energy purposefully and resolutely towards the realization of my aspirations. That's a lot of like, you know, kind of fancy words in there. But clarity. I possess unwavering clarity regarding my goals and vision, knowing precisely what I strive to accomplish. To me, again, is like the other card is saying, like, when you have some clarity, um kind of move towards that kind of clear goal, or the general goal that you think you want. Move towards that with unwavering focus if possible, and with that intention, oh, this is what I want, and that because I want that, I'm going to do this action, or I'm going to first feel why the journey toward that goal is so great, because you really just want to feel good more than you want the goal manifested. So just feel that energy and then take inspired actions toward those goals. Um, and you'll realize your aspirations with God's help, I would say. Okay, Nelson, would you say the final mantra of Joan Borisenko's meditation is clarity? Very good, Nelson. Very good. Okay, so this was definitely meant to be read, I think, since it resonates with you and hopefully it resonates with a lot of people. And for me too, because this morning I was asking for clarity. I was asking for clarity about business stuff. So thank you everybody for joining in. Nelson, thank you so much for being here. And Oluwatu was here. Anybody else, thank you for being here in the replay. And please join us, like and subscribe. I know we don't like to hear that. If you don't mind, please like this video and subscribe. It helps the channel grow. That's why everybody on every video always asks that. It helps, this is, we got to play the rules of YouTube's rules to be able to grow. So but if you don't want to do that, as I always say, if you just enjoyed the message and you just take that with you into your day, and maybe it helps you, or maybe you mention something to someone else, because of feeling better now, and you're helping someone else, that's the ideal goal here. So thanks for being here. 1:30 p.m. every Thursday Eastern time, and follow me for, we'll be doing more events on law of attraction, on manifesting fun and success, and having a positive mindset. Thanks so much. See you soon. Have a great afternoon. You too, Nelson. I'll talk to you very soon. Okay, bye bye.